Did you know that this little creature can kill you in a matter of minutes? Or what about this fish, whose mere touch is enough to drown and kill you while you can't do anything about it? Well, in this video we're going to talk about some of these animals, which you should always avoid and not mess with, as problems with these guys will make you meet God in seconds. There are 10 of the most animals you don't want problems with. Number 1 is the king of all human fear. Number 10, crocodile. To start with, we have a deadly one. Think of how things will be as we proceed. Crocodiles might be one of the closest relatives to dinosaurs, and this shows how deadly the reptile is. A crocodile can grow as long as 20 feet, which is more than thrice of the average human height. Now imagine going in a brawl against a beast. The odds are against you, isn't it? A croc is a diverse killer. If you ever encounter one in the water, then this is your worst nightmare coming to life. You will not be able to make it out alive, as the chances are little to none. A crocodile has a bite force of 3,700 psi, which is one of the strongest in the animal kingdom. It is similar to not getting crushed by a whole school bus but in a concreted area. But it does not end here. The crocs have strong tails as well, and one whip can break your spine in two. This will leave you paralyzed for the rest of your life, so it is better to run if you see a crocodile, or else the results won't be really good. Number 9, cigarette snail. The cigarette snail is one sneaky predator. Unlike other common and normally cute harmless snails, the cigarette snail, also known as the cone snail, is one animal that you would want to flee upon spotting. Did you know the cone snail is called a cigarette snail because once it injected you with its venom, you will live long enough to enjoy one last cigarette? Talk about dark humor. Snails are generally recognized as harmless, slimy creatures. I mean, who would fear those small and slowy things, right? Well, this is one reason why cigarette snails are even more dangerous. The divers in the Pacific Ocean may consider it a harmless snail and try to touch it, and within an instant it would sting them with its proboscis. Generally, the snail uses its venom to paralyze its prey before engulfing it. This helps with the digestion as well, so the next time you go diving, make sure to be aware of this innocent looking predator. Number 8, piranha. Piranha is one of the most infamous predators, and for good reason. You might have seen a lot of movies where this dangerous fish takes lives in moments, and it's true. The piranhas live in large packs, and once you come into the territory, you will be a feast for many fish in seconds. Things get so fierce that the water will look like it's boiling. The piranha has the highest bite force out of all the fish in the world. Moreover, if an alligator is shrunk to the size of piranha, then the fish would beat the reptile mercilessly. The bite forces of piranha is thrice to that of an alligator of that size. So now you would have to fair guess how dangerous the fish actually is, right? The piranha bites into the skin of the prey with its long and dangerous teeth and shakes its body to such a scent that the flesh will break. Now if that is done by one fish, imagine getting in a pool full of these deadly things. You will be shredded to pieces and you wouldn't even have time to react. Also, did you know that piranhas are cannibalistic species? So these guys will literally devour anything that comes in their path, even other piranhas. Number 7, blue-ringed octopus. I don't know why, but octopuses really scare me. Those are sticky, slick, and weird squishy marine animals, and their eyes trigger different types of fear. Although the majority of octopuses can damage you in one way or another, there's one species that you should clearly stay miles away from, the blue-ringed octopus. The blue-ringed octopus is one of the most beautiful octopuses. I can admit that, look at these amazing blue shades. But as the saying goes, the brighter the color of the animal, the more venomous it is. This might not be the most precise thing ever, but it is sure to correct in the case. The blue-ringed octopus saliva consists of deadly venom, and if you are bitten by its beak, then the chances of you surviving are down to none. First, the venom will start to paralyze you in around 10 minutes, and you will lose control of your limbs. If you can't make it out of the water in time, then you're going to drown eventually. Even if you make it out of the water, then you need a ventilator in the next 30 minutes or else it will not be possible to save you. This will be a painful death, and it is better to stay away from the beautiful killer if you want to go on a more of a diving experience. Number 6, driver ants. This might seem weird to see ants on the hitman list, but the driver ants are on another level. These ants can kill a human, and no, it is not due to some special venom. Instead, the ants kill by suffocating its prey. On sensing danger or simply being hungry, hundreds of thousands or even millions of ants drive towards the prey, and they just kill you due to lack of oxygen. This is probably the most horrifying way to die, so it is better to stay off their turf, or else they won't mind suffocating you, and they will eventually eat you up piece by piece. Number 5, Brazilian wandering spider. People who are arachnophobic should skip this part. Well, spiders are one of the scariest insects on the planet, and millions of people would rather die than having to deal with one. And if you deal with this one though, you would die either way. The Brazilian wandering spider is the deadliest spider in the world. Its venom is the most neurologically active venom in the spider world, and it makes it lethal. Once bitten, the venom will take a couple of hours to end your life, and it is really painful. Also, the name suggests the spider does not dwell in the corner like others. Instead, it likes to roam around. This is the reason why the spider bites more than any other spider in the world. It is better to have an anti-venom ready if you're going to an area prone to these spiders, because you can avoid them but they will still find you. Number 4. Poison dart frog. This one is another example of the brighter the color, the more dangerous the animal theory. Well, not a lot of people know this, but some frogs also have toxins that are venomous, especially the poison dart frog. The little amphibian is small enough to stand on your finger, yet it is so deadly that it can kill well over 10 grown men. Now isn't that scary? The poison from this frog is so strong that it blocks your nerves from transmitting signals, and toxin equivalent to 2 grains of salt can be fatal. Your nerves will stop communicating. First you will see some swelling, then you will see some nausea, and in the next 10 minutes you will collapse, because you'll be paralyzed and your heart will completely stop beating. This is what 2 grains of toxin can do to you. Imagine stepping on this one by mistake. This will be probably the last step of your life. Number 3. Sea urchin. I don't know why, but sea creatures are bound to be deadly. We have already talked about octopuses, the cigarette snail, and now this, the sea urchin. Well, this is not any ordinary sea urchin. This one we are talking about is the flower sea urchin. Every sea urchin is like a ball of needles, except this one. It is the most dangerous of all. Normally, flower sea urchins would remain in the deep waters and do not initiate an attack. But some newbie divers generally do not know how dangerous these creatures can be. Imagine being fascinated by this lethal one, without knowing how dangerous it is. If it stings you, then you are likely to die from its poison itself, but it won't let you live either. The poison will circulate through your body and leave you completely immobile. You'll be nauseous within moments, and you will lose your bearings and fall unconscious. In extreme cases, you'll be paralyzed. With this, you will be consuming your oxygen tank, and if no one comes to the rescue, you will simply suffocate while not being able to move even a finger to save yourself. This is probably the worst way to die in the deep blue waters. Number 2. Stonefish. Well, the next one on the list is also going to be a sea creature. Again, isn't it ironic? My advice to you is just stay out of the water. You can guess by its name that the fish we are going to talk about looks like a stone. The stonefish likes to settle up on the edge of the water to camouflage itself and eat any other small fish or animal that happens to cross its path. The fish would come out of its hiding stature, and in a second the prey would be gone. The camouflage seems to work on humans as well, and some divers unintentionally end up stepping on it. In response, the fish thinks that it is being attacked, so it stings the divers in self-defense. This is where things get really messed up. Stonefish have the worst venom in all the deadly animals we talked about in this video. Once inside your body, the toxin would start to kill your cells and cause necrosis, starting with unbearable pain and then swelling and your cells start dying. The pain is really excruciating, and you would prefer to get your limb cut off instead of dealing with the agony. Even the anti-venom might save your life. The pain is bound to stay for days. Number 1. The king cobra. The king cobra is the most infamous animal in the world. If you encounter one, always choose to flight over fight, and you cannot afford to confront this one. King cobra has the strongest neurotoxins, and it can actually kill anyone in the matter of minutes. These guys are fast and flexible, so do not think you can handle one without any training whatsoever. The king cobra is the last animal that you would want to have problems with, because with that kind of venom, the snake can kill a full-grown elephant in a matter of hours. Now imagine what would happen to a human like us. In some cases, that 15 minutes are enough to take you out after a good bite. I mean, I don't know what to say more, but I would simply not like to see one, let alone face one. Thanks for watching, we'll see you in the next one.